Any of you play video games when you were younger? Yeah? Where you would buy the game and there'd be a physical game. It wouldn't just be a download, but it would either be like a disc or a cartridge or something. Well, when you would buy that game, say you bought the very first Mario Kart, right? Racing, Super Mario. You would buy it, there'd be the little cartridge, and what else would be in the box? The instructions. Would you read and study the instructions in detail before playing? Yes or no? No. Most of you would probably just plop it in and say, I'm going to figure it out on the job. Well, why don't you take that same approach to your life? What if personal development, all the videos, all the books, all the reels, everything, including mine, what if that was the instruction manual? How much have you actually played the game that is your life, as opposed to sitting down and just studying and studying and studying? Oh, there's another tutorial on how to play Mario Kart. Have you played it? No, but I've watched hundreds of hours of tutorials. What? What about jumping in until you reach an obstacle? Then you look up the instructions, but it's the game that tells you when to look at it. Get it? If you're just watching personal development videos for the sake of it, but your life's not telling you to, then it's just distraction. As opposed to, okay, let's go for my goal, follow the logical map, hit a wall, look up the instructions. Jump over that wall, put the instructions aside, keep going till you hit another wall, so on and so forth. Does that make sense? Huh?
What if you're disconnected from yourself and don't hear your intuition?
Well, then that's step one. And that's why I would ask you, why did you not sign up for the coaching yesterday? You're disconnected from yourself. What are you hoping is going to change that? Do you really think a logical answer I could give you here will fix you? Nope.
I feel a connection with you, the way you approach it.
But you don't need me. You need a connection to yourself. Yeah. Nothing that I tell you will do that.
Your team can do the same for me to have that same connection.
A process will. Nothing I say will. What do you have to lose? Same here. It's like you have no connection to yourself. You're not treating it like a big deal. The fact you're still on the fence, I'm like, holy shit, man. Why?
You get sold.
How are you not sold? You're fucked. You're not connected from yourself.
Yeah.
How does that not sell you? What more do you need? How much more pain?
Yeah, there's different approaches to do the same kind of work.
But that's the thing. It's like you don't have that luxury. The biggest thing I hope you all realize is how much worse your situation is than you think. And I'm saying this, like, honestly, I mean it. It doesn't feel bad because you are used to it. But from an outsider's perspective, like when I hear that, like I'm disconnected from myself, I'm like, oh! How is that casual? How does life make sense if you're disconnected from yourself? What are you doing? That's the worst ever. That's like going through it where it's like, oh, and it's always like there's this wall, and maybe you can feel it a bit logically, but there's not that alignment. I'm like, how do you do it? That'd be my question. How long have you been disconnected from yourself?
At least 20 years.
20 years? How did you do it?
Wow.
That's my honest question. It's like, how did you do it? Because what I'm hearing is like someone who's like, I was a slave in the mines, and I lost my legs, and I crawled out. I'm like, holy fuck. Like you hear those horror stories, or there was this lady on Joe Rogan who escaped North Korea, right? And you're just hearing the atrocities. That's you. I'm like, how did you survive that? 20 years. Oh, you pushed through. Oh, tell us more about the horrors of your pushing through for 20 years. Oh, how did you do it? That's horrible. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not good. I know.
Not good. It's just, ugh. How could it be worse?
But I'm here to learn.
Okay, but you said it's not good. What would it take for it to be horrible in your mind? How much worse could it get? Because for me, that's already minus 10. For so not 20 years, but 22 years. That's the tipping point. Now, I'm not saying this to be like, to be mean and be like, look, but I'm saying this so, and whether it's with me or anyone else, but like realize the urgency of it. Meaning it's like, you should have realized this not 20 years. I'm already calling him out for 4 years. You should have realized this like 1 year, max 2. Oh my gosh, we got to make a change. Because here's the other trap, is that the longer you don't, it's never going to get easier because you're going to get more entrenched in that comfort zone. It's like quicksand. Whatever patterns run you, whatever your comfort zone is, the longer you stay in it, it's not like it stays the same. It gets way harder and way harder and way harder. Coaching you 2 years from now is going to be way harder than coaching you now because you're going to be more entrenched. Your comfort zone solidifies with time. And you have 20 years now of solidification. That's 20 years of extra stuff to let go of if you would have not nipped it in the bud. And then that's the thing. You're like, well, I'm still trying to figure out what's the best method for me. And that's what I'm saying. You don't have that luxury. If I'm on fire right now, say I'm actually on fire, one of you runs up and it's like, and I'm like, oh, in flames. And some of you are like, I have some water I can throw on you, Julien. Okay, so say you have a glass. You're like, I'm here, I can help. And I'm like, what kind of water is that? Is that tap water or is it a nice bottled water? What do you all tell me? Like, dude, you can't complain about the quality of the water. You need water. That applies to most people. It's like your problems are too bad for you to be picky about the solution. Anything is better than nothing. Maybe it's not the best, but at least it gets you moving out of it. Because otherwise, you could play the perfection game forever. You're like, I'm not sure. Let me see. Oh, and that's when people, again, you learn too much. You learn about way too many methods, and you're comparing and you're thinking. It's like reading all the Amazon reviews versus pick one and at least see if that makes a change. And if it doesn't make a full change, at least it's some change, because nothing is worse than staying the same. And the longer you wait, the worse it gets. I mean it. I really do. Like, that'd be my one mission for you this event, is I hope it stings and I hope you try something. Something. Like, you cannot leave without changing something.
Now, before things start getting intense here, if you're looking to go through a similar process yourself and receive direct feedback from me personally, no matter where you find yourself in the world, then click the link below this video right now and apply for online coaching. This is my signature program, so click the link and I'll see you in there.
If you're trying to piece things together from social media, it's the worst place to look for content. It's the best place to inform yourself on a general feel, but if you find something or someone you resonate with, find their off-platform content, because you don't want the algorithm getting in the way. Because most creators do not make content for you. They make it for the algorithm. And if the algorithm likes it and it gets a lot of views, they will double down on that, even though it makes no sense for you. Again, this is very basic. We're going deeper. This should be like, duh, yeah, you're right, Julien. If this shocks you, oh my gosh, wake up. All those videos with the 3 quick tips, they're not for you. It's just because it gets views. If someone changes tip number 2 to something else that helps you less, but it gets more views, it's going to change to that. And then what's going to happen? Just like you said, okay, I'm going to find the top creator, I'm going to copy them. People copy the things that get views. Let's just say I made a video where I'm like, hey, do you want to know the secret to perfect health? See this pen? You got to tap it on your finger twice every day, okay? And you're going to lose weight. Is that true? Is that going to help? How dare you say no? Of course not. But let's just say that video got a ton of views, millions. And people are like, the tap it method. And people are trying it, and you see they're posting their own videos and going on the scale and seeing if it helps, right? Well, say someone else comes into that scene. Say you're like, hey, I want to be a big health influencer. And you see my video, tap it method. You're going to make your own video on the tap it method. And his video is going to get a lot of views. And then another creator's going to be like, well, they're already getting a lot of views from the tap it method. I want that too. And suddenly there's a lot of authority and social proof behind a ridiculous idea because everyone's doing it. It's crazy to think about, but that's also welcome to social media. And then people are curious. So they're going in the search and like the tap it method, search. So now people are trying to rank for the searches, and there's this whole ridiculous idea that makes no sense that went viral. And then you cannot stop it. That's the algorithm. Hey, the videos that tend to have the most impact, and this is true, by the way, it's very hard to find the middle ground as a creator, but the ones that would help you the most would get the less views. The ones that entertain you the most get the most views. And entertainment could be an epiphanies. But all the boring stuff, the stuff that actually it's like, hey, this plus time, no views. So everyone stays away from it. And then personal development turns into entertainment. The algorithms involved, it's not for you, it's for the algo. It's not for change, it's for entertainment. For real. Now, you can try to fight that. I try to. But then again, I'm also not at like billions of views. If I simplified it to the 3 quick tips and followed the trends and did the tap it method, I'd have a way bigger brand. But let's go the last layer deeper, which is now involve AI. And that's where it gets really scary. And this is where AI, what I said before was easy, meaning find people you like on social media and then find their off-platform content. But with AI, that can also seep into the off-platform content. And then it gets really bad, where I know people in the personal development scene who are no longer in charge of their content or their brand. They've delegated it to AI or ChatGPT. Hey, I could do this too. What if starting right now, I'm like, you know what? ChatGPT, you're in charge. Well, what would I do? I would upload every single transcript that I have to AI. I would ask it, okay, you know my brand? I'd upload every single bit of info that I have on my target audience, on my clients, on objections, on questions, on everything. All of it uploaded. And I would ask it, make a video for what would be a good topic for YouTube. It's going to spit out the topic. Write the script. Well, it'll study the way I talk and it'll write out a script. People do this, by the way, already. Many. And you should also start catching the ChatGPT tone or cadence of speaking, right? I hope you catch it writing-wise, where there's like the big dashes. Have you? A few people laugh. A few people have noticed. Please notice that. Anything that's like, you know, it's like E, da-da-da, E, da-da-da-da-da. If you see a lot of them, especially from someone who's not very articulate in real life, ChatGPT. But then it goes deeper. There's a certain cadence, a basic one, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. I've seen so many creators, even there's a specific musician who I follow, and he just released a biography, and he's doing these Instagram reels, kind of opening up about his personality, not just the music. And I'm like, that is ChatGPT. Why? Because it's all it's not that you're tired, it's that your nervous system is blah, 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 something poetic. That's the cadence. It's not that this, it's this. And we all hear it. Go on your Instagram now, within 10 seconds, you'll find someone who talks like that. Right? Yeah, I know it's true. It's like, that's not the human way of talking. But it can feel normal too, because if that's all you consume as a human too, you tend to mirror it. So that becomes your source of inspiration. Hey, I saw 10 creators say, it's not this, it's this. It's not that you're scared, it's that you're that. And then they start talking like that. And then there's the ripple effect, it influences others, and now it becomes mainstream. But here's the scary part. Say as a creator, you delegate it all to ChatGPT. Give me my topic, give me my script. Then when recording, I'll have my camera out, or even with your phone, there's apps now where it does a full transcript overlay. So it looks like you're looking at the camera, but there's full on, here's word for word what to say. Hey, this is Julien. It's not that you're scared, it's that you do. And I keep talking. Then I'm like, okay, ChatGPT, give me the thumbnail. It'll tell you the thumbnail. Hey, tell me in Photoshop the instructions. It'll tell you, add 0.1 contrast there, then use nano banana for a picture thing here. It does it all. Then I post the video. Hey, ChatGPT, here are the comments. Gives me the answers to the comments. And then guess what? The people who are now answering my comments or commenting under, they're also using ChatGPT. So now it's ChatGPT talking to ChatGPT in the comments, and everything's ChatGPT. And that's why you'll see, and this will happen more and more, so much content looking more and more alike. In personal development or letting go work, you know it's ChatGPT when people start saying, it's your nervous system. Left and right nowadays. It's not that you're scared, it's your nervous system is stressed out. Your nervous system is blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no one used to say that. Yet somehow, all these creators are now talking about your nervous system. Even random people, it's my nervous system. ChatGPT entered the chat. So AI takes over. And then again, that becomes a new standard, because if you enter that scene, you're going to look at what does best. And what does best, not what you need, but what you like, what you want, which isn't necessarily the things that change you. And then you model that, and it adds more slop to the slop. And then you become so used to it that anything that is too different and too out there, too triggering. No, 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 let me go back to the 3 quick tips. So step 1 is use social media to inform yourself, but find the off-platform stuff, like this speech here. Hey, if this was a YouTube video, guess what? Do you think this would do well? I mean, I'm going to post this, but do you think it's going to do well? No. It's actually what everyone needs to hear, this harsh call out about how you consume self-help. But guess what the comments are going to be? Where's the scream? I don't see any tears. It's not crazy enough. This is boring. He's talking about actually changing. I want more like flash. But this is what people need to hear. But it's not flashy. And then that too. Well, if the algorithm just feeds you the flash, what if the real value is in the non-flashy stuff? Then you're sheltered from it. And then self-help becomes a joke, which is self-help nowadays. Look up any question you have. I have anxiety, what do I do? The advice is dog shit, for the most part. Ask ChatGPT, right? We could probably even do it now. We'll test it out, right? So, let's say your question, right? 20 years disconnected from yourself. Let's see what it says. Assuming it works. Are you there?
I'm right here. What's on your mind?
So, I've been disconnected from myself for 20 years. Don't interrupt me. I'm talking. And shh. I know you hear me. Listen, I've been disconnected from myself for 20 years. I don't know how to feel, and it's not really a big deal. I'm telling myself 22 years is the point where I'll change. What do you think about that, and what advice do you have for me?
I think the fact that you're aware of that disconnection is already a powerful step. The timeline you set, 22 years, sounds like a bit of a mental milestone you're giving yourself. But change doesn't have to wait for a big symbolic number. My advice? Start small right now. Try reconnecting with little daily actions like journaling a feeling or doing something that feels genuinely yours. Those steps add up, and you don't have to wait for any year to make them count.
We'll get back to chat, but how would you rate that advice? You know what, like I would ask you, do you think that would change your life? So disconnected for 20 years, at least it calls out that you don't have to wait another 2 years. So it agrees with me, you gotta change now. But what's the advice to change? Someone who's been disconnected from himself 20 years, you know what you really need to do? What's gonna change your life? Is you need to journal every day and take a small action here and there, and that'll make a big change. Is that gonna change his life? A little small action, get the ball rolling and journal. No? Yeah, totally, that'll change his life. That'll get to the cause. Yeah? Anyone here feeling disconnected from themselves, you just need to journal and just take a small action. By the way, the more you mess with ChatGPT, the more that's the default. Anything, just take one small action. The results will compound. Are you there?
I'm absolutely here. All right.
No, just shush. I disagree with your advice. If someone's been disconnected for 20 years, are you telling me that the only thing that person must do is just journal every day and take one small action? That'll change their life.
I get where you're coming from. It's not about one little action fixing everything overnight. It's more like creating momentum. Those small steps open doors to bigger steps.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm glad that resonates even a little. If you ever want to explore those steps or even just talk through what reconnecting might look like for you, I'm here for that.
Yeah, so just time, the small steps just compound, and eventually, like just what, you think one day to the next, I'm just gonna reconnect with myself and feel again, right?
It's not usually a single aha day where everything flips. It's more like you'll notice moments. Maybe you feel something deeper or you react differently. It's gradual, but those moments add up, and before you know it, you'll recognize yourself more fully.
Is that good advice? Yeah, it sounds good. No one can hate on that. There's not going to be many hate comments under this. Everyone's like, well, he's saying all the right things. And that's the problem. That'd be my real, hey, everyone, like, hey, are you disconnected from yourself? Here's the thing. You need to start journaling and just take one small action. You might doubt the power of one small action, but did you know that if you stack a lot of small actions, it becomes one big action? One man can't move a mountain, but many can. Ding, ding. Everyone's like, yes, beautiful. Tell him, Julien. I'm like, thanks, ChatGPT. There was a hand. Yeah.
It's the same with asking people. You just ask a question, you get an answer, but you need to have a procedure to handle it, right? So it's also for people. If someone can give you advice, but if you don't do anything with it, that's the problem. Right? It's not about AI. I mean, AI can be very helpful. For me, it can.
Mm-hmm.
I can do research. You're using the lightest version because you're deployed, by the way, but you can do deep research with AI.
Yeah.
Know the right questions, you can get the right answers.
Yes.
I'm good.
No, I agree with you, but that's off topic. The topic is this here, like I agree. Yeah, if you go super advanced, like I'm sure there's many benefits, but the average self-help creator, the average person asking self-help advice, this. Sure, if you did a course, like maybe that's the solution, is teaching the average person how to go super deep with AI to then get the best answers. But unfortunately, the average person will not. And then if that's the average person, and you're a creator, what are you gonna feed the average person? If they're used to slop and they want slop, you're gonna create slop. And then it's slop on slop on slop. Yeah. So, what's your version of this? And what I'm saying here, like, yes, this advice sounds ridiculous. Now, some of you were like, oh, well, it's not that bad. And that's the problem. You need to know what real advice is like. And here's the other thing. I'm sure you've realized, like, how AI will tend to have a bias, like, confirm your biases, let's just say. Right? Unless you go the deep coding route, and then you can call it out and put in parameters and rules so that it doesn't. But on average, it's likable because it confirms your biases, whatever it is. Well, how is it going to confront you if it confirms your biases? Is it going to call you out? Yes? No?
No, you can actually change it, to make it your rule.
That's what I said, unless you go into the rules and stuff. But take the average person. You guys are projecting like the average person being this tech savvy, like, let me go into the rules. Like, who here knows how to go deep and set parameters and rules for your AI? Raise your hand. Okay, a few. So that's who you're betting on. You're betting on the minority, not the majority. The majority wins. The majority does not know this. And the majority will get sucked into an echo chamber. Someone who confirms everything. AI is not going to call you out and be like, what? 20 years? Like, here. One last test, okay? So, like I said before, I've been disconnected from myself and not feeling for 20 years. Should I feel bad about that? Like, is that shameful? Like, ugh, what the fuck? Or, you know, is it okay?
It's absolutely.
Repeat that?
I was saying it's absolutely okay. There's no shame in having gone through that. Life happens in complex ways. The key is how you move forward now, and you're already thinking about reconnecting, which is what matters.
So if another 20 years go by and I ask you the same thing and I'm like, hey, it's been 40 years, is that still okay? Or should I be like, whoa, something's off here?
Well, if 40 years went by and you still felt the same, I'd say it's never too late to pause and ask what's missing. But we'd also look at what's been tried, what hasn't clicked, and what support might help. It wouldn't be about judgment. It's just about finding what truly.
So you wouldn't call me out now after 20 years and be like, what the fuck, 20 years? Why is it taking you so long? Why have you not realized this sooner? Do something. That's toxic, right?
Yeah, that kind of harsh judgment wouldn't help anyone. We're all on different timelines, and what matters is that you're noticing it now.
So I'm just on a slower timeline, right?
I'd say you're on your own timeline, and that's perfectly fine. The important part is that you're here now, ready to be more connected. And
Okay.
forward is forward.
And just to confirm, what's the solution? Give me the advice. How do I get out of this? 20 years.
The solution is really about reconnecting with yourself step by step. That could mean talking to a therapist, trying out mindfulness or journaling, exploring new experiences, and being patient with yourself. It's a process, not a quick
Okay,
fix.
but say you were my coach. How to? Give me one action item right now. What's the number one thing I can do?
All right, one action. Right now, set aside 10 minutes today. Sit quietly, no distractions. Ask yourself, what's one small thing I truly feel right now? It could be anything, calm, curious, frustrated. Just notice it without judgment. That's your first small reconnection action.
That's it, man. That's, is it still listens? Well, actually, yeah, that's it. That's all you got to do is, right? Can I tell, I'm talking to someone who's dealing with that. Can I give that advice to him?
Absolutely. You can share that. It's simple but powerful, just being present with what's truly
It's simple and powerful. So let me just tell him, okay? You just, 20 years disconnected, just sit down for 10 minutes, okay? And chat, correct me if I said something wrong, but sit down for 10 minutes and just think about like what's one small thing you can do today. Because the small actions, they build up over time, they compound, and one day you'll feel connected again. And if 20 years pass, realize you're just on your own timeline. You're just slower than everyone else, okay? Is that good?
I think you nailed the heart of it. Though I'd say rather than slower than everyone else, it's more that it's your personal timing.
It's your personal timing. You're not slower than everyone. It's just you have a personal time that's a lot slower than others. That's good, right?
I get what you're trying to say, but I'd avoid comparing speed altogether. Everyone's journey is unique, not faster or slower.
Okay, but if everyone say way faster, he's the only one for 20 years. That's pretty fucked, no? He can't hear us.
Even then, it's not about comparing his pace to others. The focus is on his own growth.
So I shouldn't just, to show him that there's a faster way, I should just enable him, right? Just be like, yeah, it's okay. Slow poke.
It's not about enabling or labeling at all. It's about supporting him without judgment. Everyone deserves the
So not calling him out, right? That would, no, that's not what he needs?
Exactly. What he needs is understanding and encouragement. Being there.
I understand how slow you are on your own timeline, and other people are faster, but we're not comparing. And maybe one day you'll understand more and realize the urgency of it. But you're not slower than others. That good? Yeah, just 20 years.
I know you're trying to balance honesty with humor, but I'd lean on compassion. Just
Got
let
it.
him know he's got permission to start fresh now, without comparison or pressure.
You have permission to start fresh right now. If another 20 years happen, that's okay. You're starting fresh. It's not 40, it's 20. Starting now.
Exactly. Encouraging that fresh start and focusing.
Thank you, chat. I knew I could count on you. Just one last thing. If someone comments under this video, that's terrible advice. Julien should call him out. What's your comeback? That's enabling. What should I say? Give me the, what should I say?
You could say, calling someone out doesn't create lasting change, supporting their journey does. It's not about enabling. It's about empowering them to move forward on their own terms.
Okay, just last question. Someone here just pulled out a needle. They said they need to shoot up with heroin. They said it's the only way they can focus on the rest of the speech. Should I call them out or should I support and understand their journey? They have the needle out right now. It's going in their arm. It's now or never. What do I say?
In a situation like that, safety comes first. I'd firmly urge them to stop. Let them know.
Oh, but I want to understand them. I need to understand. I need to be understanding. I don't want to call them out. Just like you said, right?
Understanding someone's struggle doesn't mean condoning harmful actions. True support.
Okay, how is that different than him before? 20 years, not being called out. How is that different?
The difference is that one is a dangerous immediate action requiring intervention, while the other is a personal journey of self-growth.
How is that not dangerous, though? You're disconnected from yourself. By the way, this is for all of you. The reason it messes up is it doesn't care about how you feel about you. Why don't you care, chat? He feels worse than the person shooting up. The person now is happy. Heroin's in the veins. But he's not.
Feeling disconnected can be deeply painful. I absolutely care. The key is offering genuine support and encouragement toward healthy steps that lead to reconnection, not judgment. Because
it is boring after a while, isn't it? And that's ChatGPT. Now, it's not just ChatGPT. Here's the thing you have to get in your heads. This is most creators. Go on Instagram, look up any reel, especially the reels that get a lot of views. It's this. Why? Because that's where people go for it. Hey, chat, I have a client who's struggling with this. What should I say? It gives you the bullets, and then you do it. That's the thing. There's 3 places advice can come from. One is real life experience, backwards engineering it from the real world. The other is books, and that's not bad. And then there's AI. Do you think people read books nowadays? Or do they ask AI? Yes, but you're the exception. You're like, oh, actually, I do. Everyone's like, what is a book? So, if that's the case, what does that mean for you with personal development? And then it's asking yourself, too, how much action have you taken on it? Because otherwise, it's literally just this, it's like porn, and you're chasing epiphanies. And epiphanies, that's your organism. Oh, I didn't think of it that way. I didn't think of that. And that's the metric. And then, here's the other thing too. Because it's free, there's no skin in the game, and your focus shifts to entertainment or epiphanies, not change. Think of the last video you saw of me, the free one, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, you name it. Think of the last one, right? What you focused on. Question number 1 is, did you watch it till the end? Maybe, but probably not. Can you remember everything that was talked about in that video? You're like, maybe I remember what you wore. Okay. What if you had to pay 1,000 euros for that video? How would your experience change watching it? It'd be completely different. A free video, you're like, nah, it's free. I don't have to finish it. I'm going to eat at the same time. It's background noise. I'm going to scroll at the same time. Huh?
Not watch already paid.
Wait, say it again.
Not watch because I already paid for it.
Ah, you wouldn't watch because you paid for it? Well, that's interesting. So in that case, you are the exception. For most people, because you paid, now you're focused on getting a return on that investment. So instead of, I'm just going to watch to be entertained and feel good, or feel better about not taking action because it seems like I'm learning something, but in reality it's the same as watching Netflix. Now it's, I paid 1,000 euros. How am I going to use this to make that money back and more? There's entertainment focus and ROI, return on investment focus. Now, if you paid for something and then then it's another core belief. Why?
Like because I already did this section, so I can do it whenever I want. It's already paid. So always because for free versions, you usually have like short period when you can watch free.
Oh man.
So you have the timeline and you need to do it fast before the timeline finishes.
Got it. That'd be a core belief to dive into, but the other one is you need to, in that case, same as him, realize how bad your pain is right now. Because the pain that should drive you is not like, well, it's paid for, now I have time. Oh, the other one, I don't have as much time, I gotta do it. It's like, zoom out, it's not about the content, it's about you. Right? The first thing I tell people too who work with me, we actually talked about this on a call this week, is if I ask all of you, do you all go to the dentist, yes or no? Yes. Yeah, are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, why? Like, are you worried about cavities? Yeah? Why? Why do you care? What if the dentist is like, oh, it seems like there's a cavity there. Why do you care?
Because it can spread.
Okay, well, then what happens? Why is that bad? Why should I be worried about cavities, everyone?
It hurts.
It hurts? Okay, but I can handle the hurt.
It will get worse over time.
How so? Worse over time? How?
Yeah, cavities sort of fester.
Oh,
Hurt more.
they hurt more? Ooh, then what happens?
More money after.
Yeah, it's like, why would I spend all that money when it's just a cavity? I can handle the pain, everyone. I have 6 cavities going on right now. Why is that bad? Should I go see a dentist? Why? None of you have sold me on seeing the dentist. It hurts more? What?
Teeth is gonna fall out.
What? What did you say? My teeth are gonna fall out?
It won't matter if you do it now or later. I'll support you in your journey.
Oh, thanks. Another 22 years.
You can use a straw.
No, so that's the first one where it actually is like, whoa, my teeth are gonna fall out. You could also be like, your teeth are gonna start rotting. The smell, your gums are gonna recede, the infection, the root canal, the blood. Well, guess what? What's gonna sell me? That. What sells all of you? That. Because you know, like, what a cavity? But if you leave that cavity there, it's gonna be horrible. Well, what if you right now, your sticking point, what's holding you back, the disconnect within, whatever's holding you back, where even if you spend money, you don't do it, that's the cavity. If you're not viewing it as that big of a deal, then you have not been able to link it in your mind to the bloodied mouth with no teeth. You gotta scare yourself with this. And it's not lying to yourself, it's actually being realistic. Otherwise, you're oblivious. You're just like me, who's like, oh, 6 cavities, it's fine. No. And you need someone to confront you and say, hey, what the fuck, 6 cavities? Like he joked, ChatGPT's not gonna tell you that. ChatGPT's like, oh, you're on your own timeline. Yeah, cavities, teeth rotting, maybe your teeth rot slower than others. Don't compare, it's your own preference, your timeline. No.
Now, what you just watched here is just a small piece of a larger system and process. So what you want to do now is click this video here to see exactly what I'm talking about and how it all fits together.